Chosen one, pause for a moment. Heaven has stilled time itself to reach you now. You are not reading this by coincidence. The divine realm has orchestrated this encounter and intersection between your exhaustion and heaven's thunderous mercy. You have been walking through days that blurred into nights, praying in whispers, asking if God still sees. And here, right now, heaven answers yes, he does. Listen carefully. On every injustice, every word that wounded you, every betrayal that carved a scar into your soul, heaven has recorded it. The angels did not turn away when you wept in silence. The throne room did not overlook your suffering. There is divine rage in the heart of God concerning what was done to you. But there is also divine protection rising around you like fire. You may have been forgotten by people, but you have not been forgotten by heaven. You have been tested beyond measure, and yet you stand. You have endured storms that should have destroyed you, but you remained. That is not weakness, that is proof of divine election. God has not left you broken. He is shaping you into something the world cannot comprehend. The world calls it pain, but heaven calls it purification. You must understand this truth: you were not meant to blend in. You were never designed to live hidden under shame. You are the light that exposes corruption, the voice that shakes the silence, the one heaven calls set apart. Every attack you endured was an attempt by darkness to make you question that identity. But the moment you begin to remember who you are, everything changes. This is not the time to look back. The pain you survived is now becoming prophecy. What others did to harm you has become the very thing God will use to glorify His name. When you cried and thought no one cared, heaven heard. When you were misunderstood, heaven took notes. When you were betrayed, heaven positioned your vindication. There is movement in the spirit right now. Heaven's court is active. God's anger is not the fury of destruction. It is the passion of a father who refuses to let his chosen be mistreated any longer. There is a line drawn in the spirit, and those who touched you without reverence for God's hand upon you will face His correction. But you, chosen one, you are protected. You walk beneath the shield of divine justice. The enemy wanted you silenced, but God has declared that your voice will rise even louder. Your story is not ending in defeat. It is beginning in revelation. The power that once felt absent is returning with force. You are about to see the reversal of pain into purpose. Every tear you shed has become a seed, and those seeds are about to burst into harvest. Heaven has been waiting for your readiness, and now you are ready. You are stronger than you realize, and you are closer than you think. Lift your head. Feel the weight of divine presence surrounding you. You have not been forgotten. You have not been overlooked. You are not behind. You are being hidden until the right moment of revealing. And that moment is coming. The world that laughed at your fall will witness your rising. As Jesus Himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 5, verse 4, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted." This is your confirmation: heaven has not abandoned you. Your name is still written in light. The protection that once felt distant is about to manifest in visible form. Even now, angels are being dispatched to clear the path ahead of you. You will walk unharmed where others stumbled. You will shine where others faded. You will live where others gave up. Because you, beloved, are chosen. There is divine movement surrounding your life now, a holy stirring that the enemy cannot silence. What was delayed will be delivered. The same power that raised Christ from the grave breathes over your situation, commanding what was buried to rise again and shine with the brilliance of divine restoration. Heaven is not silent. It is preparing to announce your vindication publicly. Those who doubted you will witness undeniable proof of God's favor. You are stepping into a season where your very presence carries the fragrance of victory. And everything that once broke you will now bow before your breakthrough. So before this moment passes, seal this truth. Comment the number 711 below as a prophetic act, a declaration that you receive divine protection, that you acknowledge heaven's covering over your life. Then, like this message, share it so others may awaken to the same truth. And if you have not yet joined this anointed community, subscribe, stay connected to the flow of revelation that heaven is releasing in this season. This is not coincidence. This is divine timing. You have been found. You have been seen. And from this moment forward, you walk under heaven's command. You are protected. Chosen one. There are wounds you never showed anyone. They sit deep within your chest like silent embers, glowing beneath the surface of your calm. The world may see your strength, but heaven sees the tears that never fell, the prayers you whispered through clenched teeth, the nights you lay awake replaying the betrayals that broke your trust. You have mastered the art of appearing fine, but God knows the exact moment your heart cracked. There were times you questioned if he even noticed. You looked at the faces of those who hurt you and wondered why they seemed to prosper while you suffered in silence. But heaven's silence was not absence, it was preparation. Every moment you were misunderstood, every time your kindness was taken for weakness, every time someone twisted your truth, heaven recorded it. None of it was wasted, none of it unseen. You are not forgotten. Those silent wounds have become sacred marks, proof that you carried a cross the world could not comprehend. You walked through rejection and ridicule, not because you were cursed but because you were chosen. Heaven's warriors endure fires that ordinary souls could not survive. God allowed certain betrayals not to break you, but to reveal who was never meant to walk beside you in the next season. There were people who claimed to love you, yet left the moment your light dimmed. There were voices that praised you publicly but mocked you privately. They spoke lies to destroy your character, thinking they were powerful enough to touch what God had ordained. But what they did not know was that your pain became a weapon. Every insult you endured was turned into armor. Every abandonment was translated into divine acceleration. The truth is, those wounds became sacred altars. You may have felt like you were losing yourself, but heaven saw it differently. God was stripping away everything that could not hold your destiny. He was removing those who would have contaminated your next chapter. You thought you were being buried, but you were being planted. The soil of your suffering is where your next harvest will grow. When you cried, the angels did not just observe, they ministered to you. Every tear you shed became a line written in heaven's record. And now, those silent prayers are being answered in motion. The season of hidden pain is transforming into the season of revealed purpose. Your story will not end in secrecy, it will end in glory. We are reminded through the writings of David in the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Those words are not ancient poetry, they are divine evidence. God does not ignore your heartbreak. He draws near to it. When others turned away, He leaned in closer. When the pain silenced your voice, He listened to the language of your tears. When your spirit was crushed, He gathered the fragments and began forming something new out of them. You see, every wound you carry has a purpose. The scar that once reminded you of betrayal will one day testify of resurrection. The heart that once trembled with fear will soon overflow with strength. The same people who questioned your endurance will wonder how you survived, and you will answer with confidence by grace. You will no longer explain your pain, you will demonstrate victory through it. There is no pain wasted in the hands of God. The betrayal that pierced you prepared you to discern truth. The silence that hurt you trained you to hear heaven's whisper. The rejection that bruised you redirected your steps toward divine connections that will never wound you the same way again. Chosen one, do not despise your hidden years. Those were the years heaven built your foundation. When no one applauded, God applauded. When no one believed in you, heaven did. You are the proof that silent suffering births unshakable faith. You are the living evidence that what breaks others only builds the chosen. Even now, your spirit is healing. The invisible bandages of grace are being wrapped around your soul. You are being restored in places you did not know were still bleeding. You are not the same person who entered that storm. You are emerging purified, wiser, unbreakable. So breathe again. Let peace enter the spaces that once held pain. Heaven has seen the wounds they caused, and heaven has decided you will rise healed. You will not carry these scars as symbols of shame, but as signs of survival. Every mark upon your soul will testify of divine preservation. Remember this truth: God never forgets the wounded. He heals, He restores, and He vindicates. What they did to you cannot define you. What God is doing for you will. You are not just surviving, you are transforming. You are the living testimony of how pain, when placed in God's hands, becomes power. There are moments, chosen one, when heaven's justice moves so quietly that you almost mistake it for inaction. You wonder, where is God's response? You replay the memories of what they did. The lies, the betrayal, the manipulation, and it feels as though divine judgment is delayed. But it is not delayed. It is gathering. Heaven is building a response so precise, so complete, that when it arrives, no one will question who defended you. God's anger is not like human anger. It is not impulsive or reactive. It is righteous, patient, and absolute. What they did to you did not escape His notice. Every false accusation, every act of cruelty, every time they tried to humiliate or silence you, heaven recorded it with perfect clarity. None, you may have been silent, but heaven heard your cry. You may have chosen peace while they chose deceit, but heaven witnessed it all. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 20, verse 11. But the Lord is with me as a mighty warrior, so my persecutors will stumble and not prevail. That verse is not a metaphor for comfort, it is a declaration of movement. God is not sitting idly by. He is standing beside you as a mighty warrior. Those who plotted your downfall built their own trap. The same mouths that mocked you will one day testify of your endurance. The same hands that pushed you away will soon reach out in awe of your strength. Do not envy those who seem untouched by consequence. The wicked often dance before they fall. Divine timing may appear slow, but it is perfect. When God judges, He does not simply punish, He reveals truth. And when truth is revealed, everything hidden becomes visible. The lies told about you will collapse under the weight of heaven's light. You were not meant to retaliate. That is why your heart resisted revenge. It is because divine justice belongs to God, not to you. He did not ask you to prove your innocence. He asked you to stay still while He proves His faithfulness. Your stillness is not weakness, it is warfare. It is a declaration that you trust God's throne more than your emotions. Remember, the enemy fears those who endure quietly. Every time you refused to curse, every time you prayed instead of fought, every time you walked away instead of retaliating, you made darkness tremble. Because you chose faith over fury, you positioned yourself under heaven's protection. Now comes the turning, the season where hidden records are opened, The truth that was buried is rising like dawn. You will not have to defend yourself. God will speak through outcomes. Vindication will not be announced, it will be seen. And when it comes, it will not only silence your enemies, but also awaken others who watched you suffer. They will understand that the hand of God never left you. The ones who doubted your calling will see that you were chosen not in comfort, but in conflict. You were anointed in the furnace. The world measured you by your wounds. Heaven measured you by your obedience. You could have given up. You could have joined the bitterness of those who wronged you. But you did not. You kept believing, kept forgiving, kept walking. And for that, heaven declares, this one belongs to me. Chosen one, when God arises in your defense, no power can stand against you. Every tongue that rose to slander you will fall silent. Every plot formed in darkness will be exposed by light. There will come a day soon when you will look back and realize that what felt like divine delay was actually divine design. God was aligning justice with timing. You do not need to chase validation. You do not need to explain your pain. You only need to stay in position, because when heaven acts, the world will witness your restoration. The same people who whispered behind your back will speak your name with reverence. You will not need to demand apology. Your peace will become your vindication. And when that moment comes, remember what you endured. Let mercy lead you, not pride. God's justice is not meant to humiliate others, it is meant to glorify His righteousness. When the tables turn, walk humbly. When honor returns, stay grounded. You are not rising to prove anyone wrong. You are rising to prove that God was right. So breathe. Chosen one, the mighty warrior stands beside you. His hand is upon your life. His fire goes before you, and His justice surrounds you. Now, as a prophetic act, write in the comments, "I hear you." Those 3 words declare your surrender and awareness that you recognize heaven's voice and trust His timing. It is not just a sentence, it is a sign. When you write it, you are telling heaven, "I understand that vengeance is yours, not mine." You are saying, "I choose faith over fury, peace over pride, and patience over panic." You are not forgotten. You are defended. The mighty warrior fights for you even now. There were moments, chosen one, when you stood in the shadows believing heaven had turned its face from you. The silence felt heavy, as though your prayers were echoing back unanswered. You saw others prosper while you wrestled with disappointment. You thought perhaps you had done something wrong. Perhaps God had abandoned you, but that was never true. You were never forsaken. When you could not sense His hand was still upon you. When you could not feel His voice was still guiding you through the stillness. The silence you mistook for distance was actually protection. God was guarding you from things you did not yet see, shielding you from paths that would have led to destruction. Heaven speaks clearly through the words in Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. That promise is not poetic language, it is the eternal truth that anchors your destiny. Even when you were surrounded by chaos, even when your mind felt like a battlefield, you were never alone. The God who called you by name did not withdraw His presence. He simply changed His strategy. You see, there is a kind of protection that looks like abandonment to the untrained eye. When heaven hides you, it can feel like rejection. When God removes people, it can feel like loss. But heaven does not subtract without purpose. Every disconnection carried divine intention. Every delay preserved your destiny. You were never being punished, you were being positioned. While others chased noise, God led you into silence so you could hear him clearly. While others clung to temporary approval, God taught you to depend on eternal presence. What felt like isolation was divine insulation. Heaven built walls of fire around your spirit to protect what he was growing inside you. Think about it, there were situations you wanted, but God said no, and later, you realized that no was mercy disguised as denial. There were people you begged to stay, but God removed them because their loyalty would have turned into sabotage. There were doors you cried over when they closed, but now you understand that those doors led to chains, not crowns. You were not being rejected, you were being redirected. God does not forsake his chosen, he fortifies them. The strength you carry today was not born from comfort, but from storms. The wisdom you now speak with was not learned in classrooms, but in heartbreak. Heaven taught you resilience through pain, patience through delay, and discernment through betrayal. You have become a vessel of endurance, a living testimony that divine silence does not mean divine absence. You survived because unseen hands held you when your own strength failed. You endured because heaven refused to let the enemy claim you. Remember those nights when your chest ached and your eyes burned from weeping. Even then, the Spirit interceded for you with groans deeper than words. When your faith faltered, his mercy steadied you. When your hope flickered, his light sustained you. And every moment you thought you were falling apart, he was piecing you back together in ways no one else could. That is why you are still here. The enemy tried to crush you, but heaven used the pressure to refine you. The darkness that surrounded you did not destroy you. It introduced you to your divine identity. You learned to trust without evidence, to believe without applause, to walk when you could barely stand. That is the essence of being chosen. You were never abandoned. You were entrusted. God saw in you what others could not. He trusted you with pain because he knew you would transform it into purpose. He trusted you with rejection because he knew it would produce revelation. The strength you carry now was birthed in those seasons where you felt unseen. Chosen one. This is why you must not despise your past. Every lonely moment, every tear, every sleepless night, it all carried meaning. Heaven was shaping your character, molding your spirit, preparing you for the mantle you now carry. And here you are, still standing. The fact that you made it through proves that divine presence never left your side. If you look closely, you will see the fingerprints of God all over your story. Every escape that didn't make sense, every closed door that led to something better, every coincidence that saved you in time, none of it was random. It was providence. You are protected not because life is easy, but because grace is fierce. The same God who stood beside you in the valley will stand with you on the mountain. His faithfulness does not fade with circumstance. It deepens with time. You will see this clearly soon. The very moments that hurt you most will become the proof that he never left you. Chosen one. There is a realm unseen where your name is spoken in reverence. While the world around you moves in noise and confusion, heaven watches in silence, guarding every step you take. You must understand your life is not random. You were chosen to stand in the middle of this generation as a living reminder that light still conquers darkness. Behind the calm of your face are battles no one witnessed. Behind every breath you take is proof that divine protection did not fail. You may have been struck, but you were never destroyed. You may have been betrayed, but you were never abandoned. You are the survivor of storms that should have drowned you. You are the reason angels still sing. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Stillness, beloved, is not weakness. It is sacred surrender. It is the moment the wounded heart stops running and lets heaven take over. Every time you chose not to retaliate, every time you lifted your eyes instead of your anger, God began to move. The unseen armies took their positions. The seas that threatened to swallow you began to part. You have walked through fire, but look at you, you do not even smell of smoke. That is what divine protection looks like, invisible yet undeniable. When you should have fallen apart, you were held together by hands you could not see. When your mind felt fragile, peace came like a soft wind and wrapped around you. You did not survive because of luck. You survived because grace is stronger than destruction. But now, chosen one, the call deepens. You have seen God's faithfulness in private. Now the world must see it through you. Your story is not meant to be buried in silence, it is meant to be shared as light. There are others walking through the same darkness you once faced, waiting for a voice like yours to remind them that God still rescues. Think of your journey like a lighthouse on a cliff. Its light is not for itself. It shines so others can find their way home. Each word you speak, each act of kindness, each story you share becomes a beam of that light. You never know whose storm you calm by shining. And just as a lighthouse stands firm because it is anchored deeply into rock, your faith has been anchored in divine truth. You are steady because you know who defends you. You are radiant because you have survived what should have dimmed your soul. This is why sharing this message matters. Not for recognition, not for numbers, but because every share is another spark of light in a dark world. Every time you let these words flow forward by voice, by gesture, by your very presence, you become part of heaven's rescue mission. If this message has touched you, let it continue beyond you, like the branches of a tree spreading new life. Your willingness to share brings shade to souls weary from the sun. When you press the heart, when you share the flame, when you subscribe to stay connected, it isn't just support, it's stewardship. It's how you help keep this light shining for others who are still wandering in the night. And if you feel led, if something in your spirit whispers sow into this, understand this giving is not about the amount, it's about the alignment. When you give, whether it's a word of encouragement, a prayer, or a small offering, you water the soil of this mission. It is not charity, it is covenant. You're saying, Lord, I believe in the message you're speaking here. Imagine it this way. A candle burns brighter when another joins its flame. Each act of generosity is another wick lit, another proof that the light cannot be overcome. You become part of something larger than any one voice. You become part of heaven's echo. This space, this voice, this message exists to remind you that divine love still breathes in a chaotic world. And your presence here is not by chance. You were guided here because heaven wanted to remind you that you are not alone, that you are seen, that your protection is intact. When you give, when you share, when you remain connected, you aren't fueling a platform, you are fueling purpose. You are allowing this divine whisper to reach the next soul who's standing on the edge of giving up. You are extending the same mercy that once reached you. Your life has become a testimony that heaven protects its own. Every word that goes forth from your mouth now carries authority because it was forged in pain and sealed in prayer. You have been through enough darkness to understand that light must be carried forward deliberately. So let your light be part of this one. Let your kindness ripple. Let your giving be a seed of hope. Let your heart stay connected to this stream of faith and revelation. Because together, we are building something eternal, an altar of words, a sanctuary of truth, a refuge for every wandering heart that still believes in love. You have seen God's faithfulness. Now be His evidence. The same hand that protected you will prosper what you sow. The same voice that called you out of the storm now calls you to be a lighthouse for others. Stand tall, beloved. Heaven fights for you still and through you. Heaven reaches others. There is something sacred about being marked by heaven, chosen one. You walk through this world carrying an invisible seal that darkness recognizes and fears. That is why certain battles came to you, because your spirit is known in realms unseen. The enemy knew your potential long before you did, and he tried to distort your reflection through pain and rejection. But he failed. You are still standing, still glowing, still chosen. You have been misunderstood because you were never meant to be ordinary. You carry divine DNA. The light inside you is ancient, holy, and unstoppable. While others live only for comfort, you were created for covenant. You are not just surviving, you are testifying. It is written in the book of Ephesians, chapter 1, verse 13. And you also were included in Christ when you heard the message of truth, the gospel of your salvation. When you believed, you were marked in him with a seal, the promised Holy Spirit. This seal, beloved, is not visible to human eyes, but all of heaven and hell can see it. It is the mark of divine ownership, the signature of God upon your spirit. It declares to every force of darkness, this one is mine. And once heaven has claimed you, no curse can unclaim you. No word spoken against you can override what heaven has written. That is why certain doors remained closed, not because you were unworthy, but because you were too sacred for what waited behind them. That is why certain people left. They were not equipped to carry the weight of your anointing. The rejection you felt was not punishment, it was purification. Heaven removes what cannot handle your calling. The seal you carry has drawn battles, yes, but it has also summoned protection. Angels walk with you not because you are fragile, but because you are valuable. You carry a fire that terrifies darkness, and that fire must be guarded. That is why some seasons felt lonely, because heaven placed you in isolation to keep your flame pure. Understand, this divine separation is not always pleasant, but it is always purposeful. You are like gold being refined, fire-tested, purified, and prepared for greater glory. Every hardship was heaven whispering, you are chosen for something higher. And now, that something higher is about to unfold. There is coming a time when what was hidden within you will be revealed. You will speak, and peace will follow your words. You will walk into places heavy with despair, and joy will return because you entered. Your presence will shift atmospheres, not because of who you are in flesh, but because of who you carry in spirit. Chosen one, do not fear the intensity of your calling. You were not chosen because you were perfect. You were chosen because you were willing. Heaven delights in obedience more than talent, in surrender more than strength. God saw your heart before he saw your failures, and he sealed you anyway. That is grace. That is love that cannot be undone. Sometimes you feel the weight of being different. You look around and wonder why you cannot move like others, why your path feels narrower, your choices fewer. It is because heaven placed boundaries around you not to restrict you, but to protect you. You are a vessel carrying something divine. The oil inside you must not be spilled through carelessness or compromise. Even now, heaven whispers, stay set apart. You are not missing out. You are being refined. You are not behind. You are being hidden for divine unveiling. When the appointed time comes, you will not need to fight for recognition. God himself will reveal you. The seal of God on your life is a promise of protection and purpose. Every enemy that rises against you is striking against divine property, and heaven always defends its own. The storms that once threatened to destroy you only ended up proving who stands beside you. Take a deep breath now and realize you are covered. You are sealed. You are marked by mercy and crowned with endurance. Nothing and no one can take that away from you. When the world doubts your worth, remember who signed your identity. When people try to define you by your past, remember heaven's mark says otherwise. When fear whispers that you are alone, remind yourself that sealed souls are never forsaken. This message reaches you now as a confirmation you have not been forgotten, you have been marked for manifestation. The seal you carry is glowing brighter, and heaven is preparing to reveal your purpose before those who once dismissed you. So let this moment become your agreement with heaven. Declare your awareness of divine ownership. In the comments, write the number 444, the number of divine protection, angelic order, and spiritual alignment. It is your declaration that you recognize the seal upon your life. When you write it, you are saying, I am aligned, I am protected, I am chosen. You are agreeing with what heaven already knows, that you are not just another name in the crowd, but one marked by eternal promise. You are chosen, sealed, and surrounded. Walk in that truth and let your light continue to disturb the darkness. There is something divine about delay. Chosen one. It frustrates the impatient heart, but it builds the faithful one. You have spent seasons waiting for answers, waiting for breakthrough, waiting for God to move. Sometimes the waiting felt endless, like a fog that refused to lift. You prayed, you believed, and still, the doors stayed closed. Yet heaven was never late. Every delay was strategy. Every pause was purpose. You must understand that when God delays, He is not denying you. He is preparing you. He is aligning everything around you so that when the door finally opens, you are ready to walk through it without fear or confusion. The delay was not punishment, it was protection. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs in chapter 3, verse 5, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. That verse is both instruction and invitation. Trust means releasing control, surrendering your timeline, and letting heaven orchestrate what you cannot. You see only the surface, but God sees the roots. He knows which opportunities are traps dressed as blessings, which people would drain your strength, which shortcuts would sabotage your destiny. His delays are shields against premature exposure. There were seasons when you thought nothing was happening. You felt forgotten. You saw others racing ahead while you seemed stuck in place. But God was fortifying your foundation. He was deepening your roots so your rise would not collapse under pressure. What grows fast often fades fast, but what grows deep cannot be uprooted by storms. Waiting is heaven's classroom. It is where faith graduates from theory to truth. It teaches patience, humility, and trust. It strips away the illusion that you must earn divine favor, reminding you that grace cannot be rushed. Waiting transforms your heart so that when the blessing arrives, it finds a soul mature enough to handle it. There were doors you wanted desperately to open, and God whispered, "Not yet." You cried over that whisper, misunderstanding it as rejection, but later, you discovered His wisdom. If those doors had opened too soon, the blessing would have broken you. Timing is not just about opportunity, it is about protection from unpreparedness. Chosen one, heaven's clock does not tick like earth's. Divine time does not bow to human urgency. When God moves, it is never too early and never too late, it is perfect. Do not let impatience trick you into thinking you are behind. You are not delayed, you are being developed. The seed does not curse the soil for keeping it buried, it trusts that darkness is part of the process. In time, the soil gives way, and what was hidden breaks through. You, too, will break through. God's preparation is quiet because true transformation happens in silence. Just like the roots of a tree grow beneath the surface, your strength has been forming in unseen places. People may not understand your journey, but they are not supposed to. This is between you and heaven. And when the time comes, your release will be sudden. You will look back at all the years of waiting and realize that every delay was divine choreography. Every no became a redirection to a better yes. Every closed door became a guardrail keeping you from cliffs you didn't even know were there. Trust that divine timing has not forgotten you. The same God who spoke galaxies into order is aligning your steps. What is for you cannot be taken. What is destined cannot be denied. Heaven does not miss its appointments, even when you cannot see the schedule. You are being readied for something that requires spiritual maturity, not emotional reaction. You are being equipped to carry influence with integrity, power with purity. The longer the preparation, the greater the assignment. So instead of asking, when? Lord, begin asking, what are you shaping in me while I wait? Because waiting is not wasted, it is work unseen. Heaven never leaves its chosen idle. Every pause is training for purpose. You will soon see why the delay was necessary. You will understand why certain prayers were answered later than you hoped. When everything aligns, it will happen quickly, effortlessly, beautifully. And in that moment, all the years of waiting will make sense. You will say, it had to happen this way. Chosen one, lift your eyes from the clock and fix them on the cross. Time bows to the one who created it. The same hands that formed the stars are holding your future. Trust the process. When the waiting ends, the fulfillment will be worth every tear, every prayer, every moment you refuse to give up. You are not waiting in vain. You are waiting for glory. And heaven's timing, though it feels slow, is always perfect. Chosen one, there comes a sacred turning in every divine story, a moment when heaven begins to reverse what the enemy meant for harm. You are standing at the edge of that turning now. The tides that once pulled you under are shifting in your favor. What was stolen is being summoned back. What was broken is being rebuilt. What was taken in silence will be restored in sight. You may not see it yet, but divine reversal is already in motion. The same heaven that watched you cry is now watching justice unfold. The hand that once held you through suffering now moves to deliver recompense. You are stepping into a season where everything that worked against you will start working for you. The crooked paths are being straightened. The wrong turns are becoming testimonies. As the prophet wrote in the scroll of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 5, "Look at the nations and watch and be utterly amazed. For I am going to do something in your days that you would not believe, even if you were told." That promise was not just for a distant generation. It is a declaration for you. God is about to perform a work so unexpected, so profound, that even your memories of pain will tremble in awe. You have endured injustice, betrayal, and loss. But heaven has kept a detailed record. Nothing has been forgotten. Every tear has been counted, every wound has been noted, and now, justice rises like dawn after the longest night. Reversal does not mean mere compensation, it means transformation. God does not simply return what was taken, He multiplies it. The losses you endured have prepared the soil for abundance. The loneliness that once hollowed your heart has made room for a deeper, purer joy. The rejection that broke you has positioned you for divine acceptance. You will no longer beg for what is yours. Heaven will deliver it freely. This is the hour when divine tables turn. Those who mocked your faith will witness its reward. Those who underestimated your endurance will be confounded by your resurrection. You will not have to explain yourself. Your transformation will do the speaking. The light on your face will be evidence enough that God has moved. You may feel weary still, as if the weight of the past clings to your shoulders. But hear this, the season of mourning is closing. You cannot carry yesterday's ashes into tomorrow's glory. Heaven is changing your garments now from sackcloth to splendor, from heaviness to praise. You are being dressed for restoration. Everything the enemy built against you is collapsing by divine order. Every lie that stood against your name is unraveling under truth's fire. The same mouths that cursed you will speak your blessing. The same ground where you were buried will become the foundation of your blooming. This is how God works. He turns graves into gardens and despair into declaration. Do not rush this process, simply recognize it. The reversal begins quietly. It starts with subtle changes, a phone call you weren't expecting, an opportunity that reappears, a peace that returns to your heart. These are the early signs that the divine tide has shifted. You are no longer moving against resistance. You are being carried by favor. You once prayed for rescue, but now you are being restored. Rescue saves you from something. Restoration prepares you for something. You are about to carry joy that outweighs every sorrow. You are about to walk through doors that once refused to open. You are about to see how every injustice positioned you for honor. This is why you could not give up. Heaven knew your story needed this chapter, the one where tables turn and light floods in. You are the living evidence that faith outlasts failure, that mercy outruns malice, that God's justice never sleeps. Take a moment and breathe this truth in. What hurt you will no longer hold you. What took from you will now serve you. Oh, the weight that pressed you down is becoming the platform that lifts you higher. Divine reversal is not only restoring your life, it is revealing your identity as one loved beyond measure. Chosen one. Watch closely. The winds are changing direction. Heaven's order is being established in your favor. Everything that once resisted you will begin to cooperate. Everything that once mocked your prayers will bow to your purpose. The time of divine reversal has begun, and you are standing in the middle of it. You will not need to chase it. It will find you. Restoration knows your name, and it carries your reward. The one who promised justice is faithful. And though the process has been long, the outcome will be glorious. You are about to witness with your own eyes what it looks like when God turns mourning into dancing, sorrow into song, ashes into beauty. The turning is here. Step into it. Chosen one. There is a truth heaven wants you to grasp. Your pain was never wasted. Every scar you carry has prophetic weight. You endured those storms not as punishment, but as preparation. What you went through was not random, it was divine training for the voice you now carry. There are people whose hearts will only open when they hear your story. They will believe in healing because you survived. They will believe in redemption because you were restored. What once wounded you will soon become the very instrument heaven uses to liberate others. You are not merely recovering, you are being commissioned. As was spoken in the sacred texts of old, in the book of Romans, as chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, called according to his purpose. That verse is not comfort for the broken, it is a blueprint for the called. Every betrayal, every delay, every heartbreak was woven into divine purpose. God took what was meant to destroy you and turned it into divine curriculum. You learned endurance, compassion, discernment, and resilience, all qualities that prophets, leaders, and light-bearers must possess. Think of Joseph in the pit, David in exile, Esther in hiding, and Job in loss. Each one faced pain that seemed unfair, yet each emerged with greater glory. You, too, are part of that lineage. You are heaven's modern parable, living proof that suffering, when surrendered, becomes a seed of power. Your story will speak louder than sermons. When you tell it not from bitterness but from victory, it will break chains. You will speak, and hearts will awaken. You will testify, and captives will believe again. This is why the enemy attacked you so fiercely. He feared your story before you ever told it. He knew that your survival would be his undoing. Do not hide what you have endured. Your transparency will become someone else's transformation. What felt like shame will become your greatest testimony. The very moments you thought disqualified you have actually anointed you. You now carry the oil of empathy, the authority of the overcomer. Chosen one. This is not the end of your pain. It is the beginning of its purpose. You will soon see how heaven turns tears into teaching and pain into prophecy. The voice you now have carries the echo of divine experience. It speaks not from theory, but from survival. You are heaven's storyteller, and your story has power. You might still see the scars, but heaven sees signatures of destiny. Those marks are proof of where mercy met you, where grace rebuilt you, where divine fire purified what pain tried to destroy. Every scar now glows with meaning. Every memory now carries redemption. Even your silence had purpose. The nights you could not pray were the nights heaven interceded for you. The days you felt empty were the days grace filled you quietly. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being written into eternity's testimony. And now the Spirit whispers it is time to speak. Do not hold back what you've learned. There are souls waiting for your words, hearts waiting for your light. You survived not just for yourself, but for them. Your life is a map for the lost, your healing a key for the bound. Chosen one, understand this truth: pain does not end your story, it transforms it. You have been entrusted with divine experience because heaven trusts your heart. You have proven that even broken, you would not bow to darkness. You chose faith when fear seemed easier, love when anger called your name. That choice rewrote your destiny. So as you stand here now, stronger and wiser, let your story be told. Speak it in humility, not pride. Share it in love, not revenge. Let the world see that God truly works all things for good. Now, as a prophetic act of agreement, write in the comments, "I'm still here." These 3 words are more than a statement, they are a declaration. They say, I survived what tried to bury me. They say God's mercy was greater than my pain. They say I'm not just alive, I'm aligned. When you write them, you echo heaven's victory song over your life. You are not defined by what hurt you. You are defined by what healed you. Your pain has become your platform. Your suffering has become your song, and your endurance has become your evidence. Heaven is using your story to awaken others, to prove that divine purpose always prevails. Your life is no longer a collection of wounds, it is a testimony of wonder. You are not a victim, you are a vessel. And through you, countless others will find their way back to hope. Chosen one, there is a covering around you that the world cannot comprehend. You have walked through storms that would have shattered others, yet here you are, standing, breathing, radiant. The reason is simple. Heaven has never stopped surrounding you. You live beneath a mantle of protection so ancient and powerful that even darkness recognizes its authority. When you slept through nights of uncertainty, angels stood guard. When you walked through days of confusion, the Spirit guided your every step. You were never unprotected, not for a moment. What you thought was luck was actually divine shielding. What you thought was coincidence was actually covenant. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalm. Chapter 91, verse 4. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. Those words are not metaphor alone, they are the portrait of your reality. You have been hidden under the wings of the Almighty. When the arrows flew, they missed you because his feathers intercepted them. When danger stalked your path, his presence became your armor. You walk through life wrapped in light. Sometimes this protection looks like redirection. You may have been disappointed when certain opportunities slipped away, yet those missed chances were heaven's way of keeping you safe. The job that didn't call back, the friendship that faded, the trip that didn't happen, each was divine mercy in disguise. God's protection often comes clothed in mystery, but time always reveals its beauty. Imagine your life as a ship in rough waters. The waves crash, the winds howl, and yet the anchor holds. That anchor is faith. It's what keeps you steady when the world around you shakes. You are not tossed aimlessly, you are tethered to purpose. Every gust that once threatened to sink you now propels you forward because the captain of your soul still commands the seas. And in this ocean of life, your support helps keep the vessel steady, not just for yourself, but for others sailing behind you. Each word you share, each gesture of kindness, each time you like or share this message, you are casting a line of hope into another storm. Someone out there is waiting to see a light, and your act of connection becomes the beacon they need. When you subscribe to, you aren't just following a voice, you're stepping into a tribe of faith, a fellowship of warriors who refuse to surrender to darkness. Each person here adds to the current of light that flows through the world. We stand together, not as followers of a channel, but as carriers of anointing. And if your heart feels stirred to give, to donate, to sow into this mission, understand that it is not about money. It is about motion. When you give, you become part of the movement of grace. Think of it like planting trees along a desert path so that future travelers can rest in shade you may never personally enjoy. Your generosity builds refuge for others. Giving is not loss, it is legacy. It's like pouring oil into a lamp that lights not just your home, but many others. Every drop sustains the flame of encouragement. Every offering fuels the creation of more messages that carry healing into wounded hearts. You have already experienced how words can lift your spirit from despair. Imagine being the reason someone else rises too. That is what your engagement, your sharing, your support accomplishes. It multiplies miracles. Heaven uses your small act of faith to reach countless souls who might be standing on the edge of giving up. Think of yourself as part of a great tapestry. Every thread, no matter how thin, adds strength and beauty to the design. By being here, by contributing, you become a golden thread in that divine artwork, a part of heaven's story unfolding on earth. You have received light, and that light deserves to travel. Let it pass through your hands, through your heart, through your actions. When you lift this message higher through sharing, through encouragement, through generosity, you're helping someone else see what you now know, that protection is real, that faith still works, and that God still shields his chosen. On your support is not obligation, it's worship. Every act of generosity is a quiet thank you to the one who protected you when no one else could. Every share is a whisper that says, "Let others see what I have seen." Every time you engage, you echo the heartbeat of heaven itself, love moving through action. Chosen one, know this: you are not just a recipient of divine protection, you are a distributor of it. As you give, share, and stand connected, You extend the wings of refuge to others who still tremble beneath the storm. Your life becomes the proof that faith not only survives but thrives. So continue to shine, to support, to sow. You are helping keep the lighthouse burning, ensuring that no soul drifts too far from the light. Heaven smiles on those who help spread its message of hope. And through your hands, this message becomes a bridge for others to cross from despair to destiny. Chosen one, every hidden thing will eventually be revealed. Heaven does not let deceit live forever in darkness. The masks that people wear, the lies that once appeared as truth, the secret motives that operated behind smiles, all of it is temporary. When the time comes, divine light exposes everything, not to embarrass, but to bring alignment, not to humiliate, but to heal. You have been misunderstood, misrepresented, even falsely accused. There were moments when people spoke about you as though they knew your story, yet they never walked through your storms. Their words were sharp, and their judgments were heavy, but heaven never lost sight of truth. God's justice is not like man's. He sees beyond appearance into the hidden chambers of intent, into the motives that even people deny to themselves. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Daniel, chapter 2, verse 22. He reveals deep and hidden things. He knows what lies in darkness, and light dwells with him. This is your reassurance, beloved. The light that dwells with God is uncovering what has been concealed. The schemes that once surrounded you are now being unraveled. The ones who whispered lies in secret will find themselves silenced by truth spoken openly. You will not need to defend yourself because heaven itself is your witness. For too long, you carried the pain of being wrongly perceived. You questioned whether the truth would ever come out. You wanted to shout, to explain, to make them see your heart, but God said, "Be still," and that stillness became your strongest weapon. For while you were silent, heaven was gathering evidence. Every moment of restraint became a seed of righteousness, and now the harvest of that patience is near. Do not be surprised when hidden conversations surface. Do not be alarmed when secrets begin to unravel. It is not chaos. It is cleansing. The truth does not destroy the righteous, it vindicates them, but it will confront falsehood with precision. Those who manipulated your name will face the echo of their own words, not through vengeance, but through revelation. This unveiling is necessary. God cannot build your next chapter on false foundations. Before He lifts you higher, He clears the debris of deceit. Before He announces you publicly, He exposes what once opposed you privately. This is divine justice in motion, not loud, but exact. Understand this exposure is not revenge, it is revelation for restoration. When God uncovers, it is because healing must begin. The people who spoke wrongly of you will not simply be silenced, they will see. They will witness the light that never left you. Some will repent, others will retreat. But you, chosen one, must stand steady in grace. Do not gloat when truth comes. Do not point fingers. The purpose of revelation is reconciliation, not triumph. Still, you will feel the weight lift when it happens. That invisible pressure, the sense of being misunderstood, unseen, misjudged, will suddenly dissolve. You will breathe easier because truth will finally align with perception. The world will see what heaven has always known. And yet, even in vindication, God will test your heart. He will watch to see whether you respond with compassion or condemnation. Remember, the same mercy that rescued you now calls you to extend mercy to those who once misused you. That is how light stays pure when it refuses to become darkness in response to darkness. So prepare your spirit. The stage is being reset. Relationships may shift, circles may tighten. Do not fight it. This is alignment, not loss. When truth enters, everything false must exit. Some people will distance themselves not because you changed, but because you are no longer a safe place for their shadows. Let them go. There will also be those who return humbled, seeking forgiveness. Listen with wisdom. Forgive freely, but trust slowly. Healing is holy work. Not everyone deserves immediate access to what they once mishandled. Move with discernment, not resentment. Chosen one. When exposure comes, stand tall but stay kind. Let your silence be your statement, and let your peace be your proof. The same God who reveals truth also restores order. What was stolen, your reputation, your credibility, your peace? He is returning in full measure. This unveiling is not just about others, it's about you. The truth being revealed externally mirrors what God has already awakened within you. You are being purified, clarified, refined. The light within you and the light around you are becoming one. Stand in that truth without fear. You do not need to demand justice, you embody it. You do not need to prove your worth, you radiate it. Heaven is vindicating you not with thunder but with truth. Chosen one. The word that echoes from heaven in this hour is one you've longed to hear rise again. You have been through the depth of valleys, through seasons where silence pressed upon your chest like weight, through nights that refused to end. Yet even in the stillness, resurrection was moving quietly beneath the surface. The God who called light from darkness has been whispering your name in secret, waiting for the moment your heart would respond. I am ready to live again. Resurrection does not begin in sight, it begins in spirit, and it starts in that sacred moment when you decide to hope again. For though life tried to bury you, heaven has never stopped watching over you. The grave that tried to claim your peace is now empty, and the Spirit of God hovers above your life, preparing to breathe newness into what once seemed lost. Scripture says in the Gospel of John, chapter 11, verse 25, Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die. Those words are not history. They are happening again, right now, within you. This resurrection is not just about body or circumstance. It's about your dreams, your courage, your capacity to believe. The same power that rolled away the stone is rolling away the weight of despair from your spirit. Heaven is speaking revival into the ruins of your past. You thought some dreams had died too long ago to recover. You buried them beneath responsibility's heartbreak, or the fear of being disappointed again. But God never buried them, He planted them. And what is planted must rise. It's sprouting quietly now, even beneath the soil of your surrender. Those visions, those callings, those divine ideas, they are pushing upward, reaching for light. You have been through pruning so that your next growth could be pure. God cut away what was draining your strength, and though it hurt, it was holy. You may have wept, asking why certain things ended. But heaven's response is gentle because you are being prepared for new fruit. You are not being revived to return to what was, you are being reborn into what will be. The past no longer defines you. It refines you. The pain you endured has purified your perspective. You now see with the eyes of faith instead of fear. You no longer beg for signs. You are the sign. This resurrection does not happen in one moment, it unfolds in waves. The first wave restores your faith, the second restores your voice, and the third restores your purpose. You will feel it in small ways. First, a renewed hunger for prayer, a quiet joy returning in the morning, a sudden clarity about what must go and what must grow. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. The same hands that shaped galaxies are reshaping your heart. The same voice that spoke to the tomb is calling to your spirit now. Heaven is saying, "Come forth." What they said was over. God is declaring alive, chosen one. Don't be surprised when your reflection looks different. You are not returning as who you were, you are stepping into who you were always meant to be. The storms you survived stripped away the excess and left only essence. You are more honest, more grounded, more radiant. You are no longer trying to prove your worth, you simply walk in it. And this time, your rise will not require striving. You will not need to push doors open, they will recognize you and swing wide. You have endured your season of hiding, now comes the unveiling. Where once you whispered prayers through tears, you will soon declare testimonies through laughter. Even your scars will glow differently. They will no longer sting, they will shine. Because scars are not signs of failure. They are the ink heaven uses to write stories of survival. You will wear them like medals, reminders that resurrection is not for the perfect, it's for the persistent. God has not just restored what was lost, He is renewing who you are. You are no longer fragile clay, you are tempered vessel. You will carry what once would have crushed you. This is not revival for nostalgia's sake, it is resurrection for purpose's sake. There is a divine acceleration taking place. Opportunities that once ignored you will now seek you. Voices that once doubted you will now echo your truth. You will not need to chase recognition. It will find you when you walk in alignment. Because resurrection carries authority. The moment you rise, heaven's light will announce it before you ever speak. Chosen one. It is time to believe again, not timidly but boldly. Believe that the same Spirit that revived Christ is reviving everything within you that still holds promise. Believe that your time was not wasted, it was woven. Believe that the grave you walked out of is proof that nothing, absolutely nothing, can keep God's purpose buried. So now, as a prophetic act of agreement with heaven's decree, type the number 2222 in the comments below. This is the number of divine restoration, resurrection, and multiplied grace. It symbolizes the balance of old things passing and new things emerging in divine order. When you write it, you are declaring, "I rise again. I receive my restoration. I walk in newness of life." You are saying to heaven, "I will no longer sit among the ashes, I will build again. Believe again. Breathe again. You are not forgotten. Beloved, you are reborn." The grave has lost its grip. The silence has broken. The morning has arrived. Step forward now, not as one revived from death, but as one alive with destiny. The world will see your rising, but heaven already celebrates it. The decree has been spoken, the breath has entered, the light has returned. You are alive again, chosen one, and nothing can bury what heaven has resurrected. Chosen one, there is a holy fire awakening within you now. It burns quietly at first like embers under the ashes, but soon it will roar into full flame. This is not ordinary passion. It is divine ignition. It is the same fire that once fell upon the prophets, the same flame that consumed the altar in ancient days. You have carried pain, yes, but that pain has become the oil for this fire. Heaven is turning your endurance into energy, your tears into power. As the prophet Elijah spoke as recorded in the first book of Kings, chapter 18, verse 38. Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt offering, the wood, the stones, and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. That fire was not gentle, it was complete. It left nothing untouched, nothing untransformed. And that is what is happening in your life right now. The divine flame is consuming what no longer belongs, purifying what remains, and empowering what must be released. It is not a destructive fire, it is refining. You have felt that inner stirring lately, that quiet restlessness that whispers, there must be more. That is the call of the flame. It is heaven's signal that you are ready for the next level of assignment. The complacency that once kept you comfortable no longer satisfies your spirit. You are outgrowing smallness, shedding the limitations that once defined you. The fire does not come to comfort, it comes to call. There was a time when you questioned why your path had to be so difficult. Why the heartbreak, why the isolation, why the loss? But now you begin to see every trial was the spark that prepared your altar. Without resistance, there is no flame. Without pain, there is no power. You had to be emptied before heaven could fill you. The fire inside you does not burn for revenge, it burns for restoration. It consumes bitterness, transforming it into compassion, or it consumes fear, turning it into courage. It consumes despair, turning it into vision. You are becoming a walking flame, an embodiment of the Holy Spirit's strength and peace. Where you go, darkness must retreat. When you speak, confusion must scatter. This fire will not let you stay silent. It will push you to act, to speak, to create. You will find new boldness rising in you, the kind that doesn't come from human confidence but from divine conviction. You will feel it when you pray, the atmosphere will shift. You will feel it when you walk into a room, hearts will notice the difference even before words are spoken. You have been ignited to illuminate, and yet, the flame must be tended carefully. Fire thrives in discipline. You must feed it with truth, guard it with humility, and protect it from the winds of distraction. This is not the time to entertain lesser things or lower conversations. The calling upon you demands focus. You are no longer just surviving the storm, you are commanding it. Chosen one, understand that your fire is meant to serve, not to scorch. It is meant to warm the cold-hearted, to guide the lost, to awaken the weary. There will be those who misunderstand it. They will call your passion pride, your boldness arrogance, your conviction stubbornness. But do not dim yourself for their comfort. The fire was not given to fit in, it was given to transform. You are now entering a season of divine expression. Ideas will flow faster, revelations will come clearer, and opportunities will align suddenly. This is heaven's rhythm accelerating around your obedience. The more you yield, the more the fire grows. It will draw the right people to you, those who burn with the same light, those who understand the weight of destiny. Together, you will spark movements that shift the world. But remember, holy fire is sacred. It cannot coexist with resentment or fear. The same flame that empowers will also purify. If you cling to old bitterness, it will melt away in the heat of transformation. You cannot carry ashes into this new blaze. Let go. Trust the process. The flame knows what must remain and what must turn to smoke. You are not being consumed, you are being illuminated. The light of heaven now radiates from within you, announcing to the darkness that its time is over. Every limitation that once held you captive is burning away. Every doubt that once dimmed your faith is dissolving in the glow of divine certainty. Chosen one, stand tall in your fire. It is not meant to harm you, it is meant to herald you. The world will recognize that glow not as pride, but as presence. For where God's fire dwells, his purpose follow. You are the torchbearer of your generation, and your light will not be quenched. Chosen one, divine justice is not delayed, it is deliberate. Heaven moves with precision, not haste. The scales that once seemed unbalanced are being aligned by unseen hands. You may not hear the sound of justice at first, but it is moving beneath the surface like a river carving its way through stone. What was done against you has not gone unanswered. The same God who watched your suffering is now orchestrating your restoration. As the apostle reminds us in his letter to the Galatians chapter 6, verse 9, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." That proper time has arrived. Heaven's calendar never forgets. Every act of endurance, every choice to forgive, every moment you refuse to return evil for evil, all of it has been accumulating interest in the spiritual realm. Now the harvest begins to emerge. What the enemy meant to crush you is becoming the very evidence of your divine reward. God's justice does not always roar, it often begins in whispers. It comes through sudden peace in your heart, through opportunities that appear just when you stopped striving, through reconciliation you never thought possible. It arrives as balance restored, not vengeance unleashed. You will look back and realize that God was never silent. He was setting the stage for redemption so complete that no one could deny his hand in it. Do not mistake the quietness of heaven for inactivity. The most powerful movements of God often happen without spectacle. Seeds grow silently before they break the soil. Stars shine long before the night sky reveals them. Likewise, your vindication has been maturing in hidden places. When it appears, it will not need explanation, it will carry the fragrance of divine timing. This justice, chosen one, is not merely about others, it's also about you. It is the restoration of your peace, your confidence, your dignity. You will feel strength returning to places that once trembled. You will speak without fear, walk without doubt, and dream without hesitation. The residue of injustice will be wiped from your memory, replaced with the awareness that you are stronger than anything that tried to break you. Heaven's justice is poetic in its precision. It does not humiliate, it educates. Those who once opposed you will see the light of truth, and some will seek your forgiveness. Others will quietly fade, their influence dissolved by divine exposure. You will not need to celebrate their fall, for your elevation will speak for itself. Grace will handle what you never could. There will be moments where you will see reversal so swift that it leaves you still. What once seemed lost will return multiplied. The favor that was denied will come searching for you. The voices that once discredited you will be compelled to honor what they once ignored. This is not arrogance, it is alignment. Heaven is restoring order. Remember, true justice does not destroy, it redeems. God's response to wrong is not chaos but correction. The scales are being balanced not to punish but to purify. The ones who hurt you will have encounters that awaken their conscience. Some will wrestle in silence with conviction until they seek peace. Others will vanish, removed gently from your path so you can walk freely toward destiny. And through it all, your posture must remain steady. Let gratitude fill the space where anger once lived. Let peace sit where pain used to dwell. Justice is not meant to make you proud, it is meant to make you whole. You are being restored to the purity of your purpose, free from the bitterness that once clung to your heart, chosen one. Soon you will recognize this divine pattern. God never wastes a wound, and He never overlooks a wrong. Every injustice becomes the soil for increase. Every betrayal becomes the stage for blessing. The story of your pain is being rewritten into a story of power. What once felt like loss will echo as testimony. This is not the vengeance of man. It is the vindication of heaven. The power of divine recompense is that it not only returns what was stolen, but transforms the thief into a lesson. You will find yourself thanking God for what you once cried over because the outcome will prove His wisdom. The process may not be loud, but it is certain. The hands of heaven are steady, and the wheels of justice never cease turning. You are standing in the season where your name is being cleared, your purpose reestablished, and your joy restored. So breathe deeply. The scales are balanced, the heavens are settled. Your time has come. Justice has remembered your name, and peace is walking toward you in full measure. Chosen one, you have endured long enough for heaven to call this your season of crowning. You have walked through valleys of silence, through storms of misunderstanding, and through fires that burned away everything false. Yet here you stand unbroken, unbent, and unshaken. What you thought would destroy you has become the proof of your divine endurance. The heavens now whisper, "Crown this one, they have passed the test." The ancient words recorded in the second letter of Timothy, chapter 4, verse 8, still echo today. Now there is in store for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to all who long for him. This crown is not made of gold or jewels. It is woven from faith, humility, and endurance. It glows with the light of every trial you overcame. Each scar you carry is now a thread of honor in that crown. Heaven does not crown comfort. It crowns perseverance. You are being honored because you refuse to quit. The world measures success by applause, but heaven measures it by endurance. You did not seek revenge when you could have. You chose forgiveness instead. You did not curse the darkness, you lit a candle. And because of that, your name has become a melody in heaven, a song of strength, a testimony of faith. Imagine a tree standing alone in a storm. The wind howls, the rain beats, and yet the tree bends without breaking. When the storm passes, its roots are deeper, its trunk stronger, its branches broader. That tree is you. Every gust that tried to uproot you only drove your roots deeper into grace. And now that the storm has passed, your branches reach higher, bearing fruit for others to taste and find hope. Your life has become a sanctuary for the weary. Every word you share, every story you tell, every gesture of kindness ripples into eternity. You may not see it fully, but you are lighting torches in other souls simply by being faithful. That is why staying connected here matters. When you like, when you share, when you subscribe, it is not just digital movement, it is spiritual multiplication. You are spreading the sound of hope across invisible borders. Think of it like tossing seeds into the wind. You never know where they'll land, but heaven does. Some fall into hearts you'll never meet, people scrolling through despair who suddenly find light. When you comment your reflections, you're watering those seeds, reminding others that this is not just a message, it is a movement of healing. And if your heart feels moved to give, to sow into this ministry, do it not from pressure but from purpose. Giving is like tending a fire, it keeps the warmth alive for others still standing in the cold. Every offering, no matter how small, is a log on the altar of encouragement. It fuels the continuation of messages that reach souls hungry for truth. This is not about supporting a person, it's about sustaining a purpose. Just as rivers must keep flowing to remain alive, this work flows when those touched by it choose to pour back into it. You are part of that current. Your generosity is the stream that carries light into dark places. Picture a garden at dawn, the dew glistening, the air trembling with new beginnings. That's what your support creates. Every share becomes sunlight reaching another seed. Every comment becomes rain nourishing another soul. Every donation becomes the soil that allows more voices of hope to grow. You are part of a divine ecosystem, a network of hearts linked by faith. None of this works without your presence. Every engagement, every gesture of connection is a declaration that faith still lives, that goodness still speaks, that the chosen still rise. And remember, this crown you wear is not just symbolic, it is prophetic. You have been crowned not to sit in comfort, but to stand in compassion. The weight you carry now is glory, not grief. You wear endurance like armor and grace like fragrance. Wherever you go, heaven recognizes its own. Chosen one. Take this moment to breathe and to feel the truth you are no longer surviving. You are reigning. The very winds that once opposed you now carry your testimony farther than your voice could reach. You are walking proof that surrender does not mean defeat, it means divine partnership. So, as you read these words, let gratitude rise in you. Let joy spill from you. And when you share this message, when you engage with it, when you sow into it, understand you are not just supporting words. You are participating in prophecy. You are helping heaven's sound echo across the earth. Comment your thoughts below. Your reflection may be the encouragement someone else needs to keep standing. Each word you write joins the chorus of endurance that heaven is composing through us all. You are crowned, chosen one not for what you gained, but for what you endured with grace. Wear that crown quietly, walk with humility, and keep the light burning. For through your endurance, the world sees what faith truly looks like. Chosen one. You are now walking on a path illuminated by glory. The road ahead is no longer filled with shadows of what once was. It glimmers with the reflection of who you are becoming. Every step you take is guided. Every breath you draw is intentional. The past no longer holds authority over your direction. You have entered a season where peace walks beside you like an old friend, and clarity greets you each morning like dawn over still waters. The ancient words recorded in the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 1, declare, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." This is not just a verse, it is your reality. The same light that once seemed distant now burns within you. You have become the lamp that no longer depends on others for fire. You carry your own flame. Sustained by divine breath, heaven's light has chosen you as its dwelling, and darkness cannot follow where you now walk. You might still feel traces of yesterday trying to cling to your ankles, memories, regrets, the faint echo of old fears, but they cannot keep pace with you anymore. You have outgrown them. They belong to a version of yourself that no longer exists. What used to wound you can no longer reach you because grace has built a fortress around your spirit. You are shielded not by walls but by wisdom, not by fear but by faith. You see, the path of light is not without challenges, it is simply without defeat. Challenges may rise, but they are now stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. You have learned how to turn obstacles into opportunities, wounds into wisdom, silence into strategy. The strength you once sought externally now flows from within. You have become the answer to prayers you once prayed. This path will require balance. The higher you climb, the greater your need for humility. Glory is heavy, and only those with soft hearts can carry it without collapsing. Remember where you came from, the nights when you had nothing but faith to hold on to. Let gratitude be your anchor as you walk this radiant road. You will notice that not everyone can follow you into this season. Some will try to return, drawn to your newfound light, but not all carry pure intention. Do not harden your heart, but guard your peace. This is not isolation, it is preservation. The light you carry must remain clear, unpolluted by confusion or compromise. The path of light is narrow because it is sacred. Few choose it because it requires surrender. But you chosen, refined, and called walk it naturally now. Your spirit recognizes truth instinctively. The whispers of temptation no longer appeal to you, not because you are stronger, but because you are fulfilled. When heaven fills your soul, the noise of the world loses its pull. There will be moments when this light seems too bright for others. Some will withdraw, others will misunderstand. Let them. You are not meant to dim to make others comfortable. You are meant to guide by example, not to apologize for illumination. Those truly meant for you will adjust their eyes to the brilliance of your transformation. Look ahead, chosen one. The horizon before you glows with promise. Opportunities once delayed will now unfold naturally, almost effortlessly. You won't have to chase them. They will find you, drawn by the frequency of faith you now emit. Doors will open not by force, but by favor. The path you walk is not just yours, it becomes a map for others. Every step you take lights the way for souls behind you, still searching for hope. That is why your perseverance mattered. Your endurance has created a trail of light through the dark. You are a lighthouse walking among the living. You have learned to recognize divine timing. You no longer rush because you trust. You no longer fear because you understand that protection and purpose flow together. Each pause now feels sacred. Each delay feels like design. You move with heaven's rhythm, not the world's. And though the road ahead glows with peace, it does not mean your journey is finished. It means you are finally walking aligned with destiny instead of fighting against it. You are no longer trying to make things happen. You are allowing them to unfold. You have entered divine ease, the holy harmony between effort and grace. Chosen one. The new path is radiant not because it lacks darkness, but because you have learned how to carry light through it. You are walking proof that faith turns pain into purpose. Your story is now a sunrise, slow, steady, unstoppable. So keep walking. Let the light guide your steps. Let peace be your pace. The journey ahead will not be heavy. Because you are no longer walking alone, you are walking with heaven. Chosen one. Heaven's decree over your life has been sealed. What began as survival has become sovereignty. You no longer crawl through the valley, you walk through it with the authority of one who knows their divine protection is unshakable. The storm that once terrified you now recognizes your strength. The same winds that used to push against you now carry you forward. As was proclaimed in the book of Psalms, chapter 121, verse 7. The Lord will keep you from all harm, He will watch over your life. That promise is not temporary, it is eternal. It is not conditional on your perfection, but anchored in divine love. You are protected not sometimes, not occasionally, but completely. Heaven has placed an invisible border around your being. Every attempt of darkness to touch you must first confront the fire that surrounds you. Look back for a moment, not to dwell, but to understand. Every danger you escaped, every accident you avoided, every heartbreak that did not destroy you was evidence of this promise in motion. What you called coincidence was actually covering. There were days you thought you barely made it through, but heaven knew you were carried, not surviving by chance, but sustained by covenant. This protection is not merely defensive, it is directional. God does not only shield you from harm, He steers you toward wholeness. Each closed door, each detour, each delay was a part of this divine navigation. You were never lost, you were being guided. Even the wrong turn served the right purpose. You were being led through fire not to burn, but to be refined. Chosen one. You have become a vessel of divine endurance. You are no longer afraid of storms, for you have learned that every storm reveals the strength of your anchor. You no longer fear rejection, For you have realized that only what is not meant for you can leave. You no longer tremble in uncertainty, for you have learned that your steps are ordered, even when the path is unseen. The world may call it resilience. Heaven calls it revelation. You have discovered what many never do, that peace is not the absence of conflict, but the presence of God within it. The outer chaos no longer dictates your inner calm. You have learned to rest in divine watchfulness. That is why you walk now with a quiet authority. The battles that once made you question your worth have become your certification. Each trial was heaven's way of engraving strength into your spirit. Each disappointment became a stairway to discernment. And now, when adversity approaches, it does not find fear, it finds faith waiting. The ones who underestimated you will not recognize the version of you that stands now. The timid soul that once pleaded for rescue has become the warrior who carries peace like a sword. You are not the same. Every layer of pain was peeled away to reveal divine power beneath. And as you continue, remember, being chosen does not mean you will never face challenges again. It means you will never face them unprotected. God's presence is not a promise of ease, but of endurance. He has made you storm-proof. The rains may fall, but they will not drown you. The flames may rise, but they will not consume you. You live under a decree that says untouchable. You carry heaven's signature in your spirit, wherever you go. Protection travels with you like a cloud by day and a fire by night. You are not merely blessed, you are covered. No word of malice can penetrate your peace. No curse can cling to what has been consecrated. No darkness can overtake what light has claimed. This protection also surrounds your purpose. What God has spoken over your life cannot be revoked. The promise may stretch, the fulfillment may delay, but the outcome is inevitable. Heaven's decree is permanent ink. It cannot be erased by human opinion or demonic interference. You will walk through the coming seasons with ease, not because they will be empty of challenges, but because your heart has learned the rhythm of grace. The same voice that sustained you in sorrow will guide you in success. The same hand that lifted you from the ashes will steady you upon the mountain. Chosen one, you are no longer the wounded, you are the witness. You carry proof that divine protection is real. You are the living evidence that light outlasts darkness. The world may see an ordinary person, but heaven sees a fortress wrapped in faith. Walk forward now, not in fear, but in fullness. You have become the embodiment of the promise: the Lord will keep you from all harm. Every heartbeat is a hymn of protection. Every breath is a declaration of grace. Your destiny is sealed. Your path is shielded. Your story is protected. And the decree from heaven remains unchanging. You are untouchable, unstoppable, and undeniably chosen. Chosen one. Take a breath and look at how far you've come. You have walked through fire and found your wings in the flame. You have endured silence and discovered that God still speaks through your heartbeat. You have survived storms and learned that protection is not the absence of pain, but the presence of purpose. You are no longer the one seeking light, you are the light. This message is not an ending. It is a continuation of your awakening. The same voice that found you here will follow you beyond this screen. Heaven will keep whispering to your spirit in ways that feel like peace, timing, and quiet strength. You are part of something greater now, a divine movement of souls remembering who they are. If these words have found a home in you, let them travel further. When you like, share, or subscribe, you are not just engaging, you are extending light. Each gesture helps this message reach someone still sitting in the shadows you've already walked through. Your voice may be the echo that brings them back to hope. Leave a comment below. Your reflection might be the word another heart needs tonight. Speak life into this space. Let your testimony ripple outward like waves of calm water meeting restless shores. Stay connected, beloved. Stay awake. The story God is writing through you is far from finished. You have been chosen, covered, and crowned, and now you are called to carry this light forward. Walk boldly into tomorrow and never forget heaven watches. Heaven remembers. And heaven walks beside you still.